Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrell. This is DexTrader.com. This is Crawling with Max on August 14th, 2018. Let's get ready. Now, unfortunately, I just sat down to the computer and started to work things out about 9 o'clock, and it looks like we had a pretty good signal come up, but, with a little bit of controversy here because we have a good process of a down, excuse me for 1 second, again, pin straight. We have a downtrend happening right now here. We had some good levels that it came down, bounced off this stronger level right here, okay, created that support, supported it back up, came back and touched again, played around in that area. But here's where the bad part came in. I didn't take this trade for a reason. Now, it's going to be successful, but I didn't take this trade because the arrow is above the support line, okay? If it was down below, making it a resistance line, I would have probably stayed with that. But because it was bubbling around, it only had a 50-50 chance that to come back up and do that, okay? And I didn't want that to happen. Remember, I'm here for perfection, not just guessing. Even though that it would have been tight, I would have been at 1389 on the trade itself, okay? Because I would have came here when 1388 right there. Price was sitting about 1387. Okay, I would have wanted to been in that area. So 1391 would have been good to be on. And then when I first came in, it did have money on. So this could have been one of those ones where it would have won either way. But I really do keep to my rules of keeping, unless I have other processes showing that it's about the break, that the support line is weakened to turn in resistance. Now, it still could be whatever. We still got a minute left. But we're here now just to kind of wait for a whole nother setup to come in. A couple reversal arrows and to get back to that. But I wanted to show you just this real quick, and I won't go into too much detail on any of the other ones just yet. Let me get in here, reload my frame. All right, let's analyze the other trades here, the other signals here. The auto USD has come down into a pretty strong. Let's see if we got any other arrows that are going with us. The only two really strong trends are the USD JPY and the Euro USD happening right now. Everything else is sort of playing in the middle. This auto USD kind of gives us a triple top there, giving us this nice little flag look here, pretty long flag if I do say so. So we'll see what happens. We're looking to come out of that or continue on. Only this will tell us over the next, I'd say, 20-30 minutes. And it looks like, really does look like that the Great Britain Pound USD too has been sitting in a channel for a little while, bouncing off of this level here, sitting at, what is that, 27.62 it looks like, right around that area. So I probably won't be utilizing any of our trades here for that one, just for a little while, until I get some more consistency in. Let me pull back here just so you can see. Yeah, I think until we break really close up to this 27.87 up here to get to there. So exclude anything from there and from there. So the two that we're really looking at. Now, one of the trades that I look at sometimes is that if we get a really strong presence here on the on a downtrend from a previous line, like this line goes back pretty far, I start looking at what are other lines for it to come back to. If it's adhering to that, if it kind of came down, look at it, and it did. It listened to, and it came back and it supported it and came back down and wanted to retouch it again, and it made really it's like constipation almost, right? And it had to push through. If it would have bounced off and came up and broke any of these other levels, then this is a really strong level for support. But no, it didn't happen, so we're going to be below this little level here, 1385 for a little while, 1387. All right, so I'm going to pause the video, and we'll come back when we had something to work with. All right, plus I need a cup of coffee. Okay, another A couple of arrows have come out since we talked, and a few things have reversed. And this is the beauty part about taking your time and being patient, because you wait for the rules to set up properly. If I would have taken this one, I would have won, but overall, it's just the way the stuff goes. So this level is pretty strong, because once it pierces through after touching it a few times, it really does bounce off of it. So if we do get something to come back now, here's the good part, is that we didn't break structure here on this arrow. We'll find out over this next 5-minute period whether or not we break structure. If we break this structure and go higher here, then we're looking at a trend reversal off of this consolidation line here that happened for a little while. Same thing happening on the USD/JPY. We're looking at a little bit of a retort here from this uptrend for a while. Structure really did get broke here just a little bit, and here again, sort of starting to create back down a downward trend here for a little time. If we get a up arrow here in this area, and then a few minutes later, another couple cycles later, we get another down arrow, I might be using this as a down trend here off this higher level here. Nothing else is really sort of set out just yet. The AUD USD is still playing in that channel. Now, with the exception of the Great Britain pound USD, has broken out of its little area of discontent right there. So it really, I just did it again. Sorry, hang on one second. Got to reload that frame. Anytime you get it that it's messing up on you, like if it's all over the place, you just can't get it back to that point. Just come up to the gray block and hit reload frame and start over, and then click in, and then you can use your arrows to get where you need to get. I'm going to pull back just a little bit. You can see where this tight channel has been going on for some time, and finally just broke out. Let me see if I can put a proper line there. Finally just broke out right here. So this would probably have been something that in an experimental trade system, if I wanted to, I would wait for this channel to be broken at that level, and the first up arrow out of that, put my price at that line where it got broke at. Right. So that's another trading opportunity, if you will. All right, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna wait for a little while. I'm gonna stop the video. Try to come back sometime within the next half hour, 45 minutes, see if we can get a good trade. Now remember, this is patience. This is sniper type of patience. You got to be very careful, because we got to protect our balance. All right, see you in a few. All right, folks, so we're back in. We do have a clear signal here. I think we can use this one. Let's see if we can prosper off of this one. Euro USD, 11 a.m. Oh, wait, wrong one. Sorry, 5-minute trading. I was just doing. Go 1389. Dang it. Okay, let's see. 1386, 1387, so 1389. No. Let's do that. Do 30. Place order. Looks like we just missed the numbers on 1389. We could raise back up and get picked up. It's sitting at 1386. We're close, and there it is. There it is. There it is. Picked up. Good. Okay. So let's see what happens from here now, because here's how we got into this trade. Pull back just a little bit. We were definitely in a downtrend in these lower highs. It broke support here after a little bit, came back up, retorted, broke through, arrows underneath this 1387, which we added 2 pips, get to 1389, and we'll see how this plays out here. We just have about 3 minutes here left on the clock, and so we'll see how well we can structure from this trade. But this is what we've been looking for the last hour or so, is waiting for this process to happen at this 1387, 1.1387, because then on Nadex we can be at 1.1389. Remember, adding the 1.5 to 2 pips to that circulant. So we'll just hang out here just for a few minutes. I'll come back when it's really close to the end, and we'll chat a little bit. Okay, we're back in, and we're just sort of hovering around. We got about 51 seconds left, hovering around that line. Again, these trades all come down to, we did break back above that 1389 line again, sort of hover in there, but I think we might be okay. We're just waiting now for the final 30 seconds to really kick in. It's where it becomes the most volatile in the process, and usually ends up tricking out a little bit above or below. Just sitting back and waiting now. $15 seconds left. Looking pretty good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay. That's the big one. When it's these lower numbers, it gets a little frustrating. You know, when you get into a process that you get win after win after win after win, and if you're watching them, okay, I implore you that once you set it, kind of walk away and come back and just get the feel of the win or the loss. Okay, if you sit down and watch the inner seconds of it, you're gonna either, if you're trying to build up your confidence, then that's probably not the best way. Okay, but it did work out for us because we followed a rule set, and the rule set states that 1, trend, 2, support and resistance, 3, market price and structure, and you go from there. Now this was on the edge of structure, okay, because we had this double top, but it didn't break it, so I think it's still validated. And if that arrow was above, like this one was over here, I wouldn't have done this trade. Okay, I stayed strong with this, and it came out and it worked out in our benefit. I would even possibly look at that if another arrow came up underneath this this support area, this resistance area now, I would probably almost entertain it as well. All right, well, that's what we got for you today. Today is August 14th, 2018. That is the Crawling with Max. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Let's do our business. We got housekeeping. Okay, let's grab the one so you can kind of see. Is over the last 3 days. There's or last couple of days, last 24 hours. So there's the 814 one. We're doing good. We're doing really good. We're about to next day break our first $100 worth of profit margin in the last 2 days. So not too bad. Here's Max win sheet. This is starting since the 13th. I'm going to put that right there. Copy, boom, boom. 28, being consistent. SR level, arrow, downtrend. There we go. Okay. So far, not too bad. Crawl trades here for $84, three out of 3. So not too bad. This would have been an $840 day if we were doing the old live trade stuff here, and since we're on live trades now. Oh, just so you, okay, you can see it. All right, just wanted to make sure that you can kind of see the balance. I am trading some dailies as well, and retraining myself on the dailies using a choke up process in the solution here. So we're doing some experimental stuff with the dailies and working on those as well. But we didn't do too bad here so far for the week. $84. Remember, this is all about incrementally crawling up. I need to get to our current balance is sitting now at 1,085. I need to get to 1,400 so I can get to the second contract, and we'll probably be there in, I think at this rate, I'll probably be there in about a week, maybe a week and a half. So sometime in the beginning of September, we'll be going to 2 contracts. This is the kind of work you need to put down. Okay, this is the kind of work that you have to show, and so you can get it consistent, so you can see it. And I hope this has proven this for you, that it does take that time, and you got to really find the perfect signals. One of our highlights that I've been highlighting for a little while is James, and James has a very strong sense of training as well. I just recently took his trades that he had on his page for August and put all his trades on one page here. And this is James's journal. And James has a pretty dang good record too, 11-1 with a 91.67% for August. Now, he originally was trading over at this level here, and if I took his, let me see, I got to get down to August here. If I took August off the table here, okay, his training when he was practicing wasn't the best, but it's not the worst I ever seen. And is it still profitable? And the answer is yes. Well, he had some trades that he did for 5 contracts apiece in that process. He was keeping notes and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but to go from that to this, really slowing it down, is a huge momentum change. And with 12 trades with $253, he's not too far off. He's about 1/3 of the way there to get to his first run on adding an extra contract. So it doesn't take much, and he's only been doing this for about a month with this system in this process. So you figure about a month's worth of work, you know. And if it comes down to it, if it takes him 2 months, is it worth it? Is it worth it being able to make $5,000 or $6,000 a month to get to that point? And the answer is yes. I'm Max Farrell. This is Dex Trader. I hope to see you next time. And as always, trade well.